and
What's up, everybody? I don't know what happened. It looks like Salmon and dropped off, child. We giving low budget already today, but that's all right because I have my other two high rollers with me. What's the tea? It's me, Chase. How's everybody doing? Jasmine, Antonio. Oh, what's the tea?
Okay, period. We're good.
Antonio.
Yeah. What's up, Chase? I like this shirt. Is that a shirt or a jacket?
It's a jacket, actually.
Oh, I like that. Come through.
And you guys look great as usual, as per usual. Hey, Sam.
I'm back.
Ooh, by popular demand.
Popular demand. I got kicked out again.
Our contract. Popular demand, our contract. We got to honor these.
I'm going to go with popular demand because the people don't need to know my business, okay?
Wow.
Right.
Make up things all the time.
Who we got in the chat? Hey, Casey Kincaid. Thank you for finally making it to live. We're glad that you're here. Taylor Gray is in the house. Y'all know he always on with the mess. Anywho, how was you guys this week before we go ahead and lean in?
It's coming along.
Good. It's only Tuesday, so
we're pressing forward. Well, I will be on hiatus for a couple of days. I'll be on holiday, but I'll still be back next week, honey, to give this tea for Married to Medicine. So with that being said, let's go right on ahead and lean in, bitch. Okay, you like I do it because you know it's lean in, bitch, but lean in, bitch. You know, just
a softer approach.
You know? All right. So the game of Never Have I Ever continues, and the question is posed: Never have I ever had sex on the beach. Quad says, "Well, since Eugene never liked PDA, it had to be with someone else." And Toya admitted in her confessional. Toya said, "Bitch, you can't spray me with my own tea. I got this. Don't worry about it. He was fine and we fucked." And I said, "Go ahead, Toya. You had a like for a big Gene. Nothing wrong with that." The ladies then head to dinner where the ladies are ready to turn up. And Contessa, a.k.a. Chanel, Chanut, suggests taking, I wrote an alliance, but that is not what they took. An alias. Okay, there we go. Suggest taking an alias for the weekend. I wonder why Chanel want to be an alias for the weekend and ain't no children and no husbands there, but anyway. And Heavenly looks as if she's going to collect all of that tea for her YouTube show and spill it immediately.
Yes, sir.
But then she was like, okay, and she going to do an alias.
Putting in her note.
Okay, and she done fought the man on the beach. Anyway. Anika suggests taking a shot, and the docs say of penicillin. They then look at Miss Quad and let her know that syphilis is on the rise in the A. The convo then switches to the ladies about all of them being successful. Heavily states that she believes that all of them truly are successful in their own right, and Anika jumps right on in and says, "Do you believe that to be true?" And out of nowhere comes Audra Wendy Osefo, who lets us know that she is very African and very serious about that comment that Toya said about her earlier being a bad lawyer. Audra lets Toya know that, again, she is African and they don't play about their careers, honey. Quad sides with Audra and lets Toya know that you can't come for someone's career, babe. Toya asks Audra if she's mad, and Audra says no, and then asks her, "Are we clear?" Toya maintains that it was a joke and continues to eat her baconless dinner. So Toya maintains that it's a joke, honey, but when the joke is on her, she don't find it funny. Nah. Let's call a spade, people. What do y'all think so far about the opening scenes of Married to Medicine?
It was cute. I do agree with Toya. I mean, it was cute. The episode was dry, in my opinion, but it was cute. Yeah, Toya, she can dish it, but she can't take it. But that's always been Toya when it comes to things of that nature. As far as the sex on the beach, I wonder how Eugene's going to feel about that, because she said when she was on Watch What Happens Live that he was going to be upset when she was mentioning other things she's done with other men. So the fact that she was gloating about it, like he was this, he was that, and he was cute. It's like, do you not?
That he was
she
hot.
Said he was hot. Yeah, she said it like she don't have a hot husband. Like she said, she was reminiscing very, like she missed it. It just kind of seemed
everything
like
Eugene's not in her opinion.
Yeah, like take me back. That's what it gave when she was rehashing that. So, Audra, I like her so far. Toya and her do not know one another, so I can see why she's offended by Toya's remark. I think Toya was very snarky when she said it. She meant it to be what it was, but now that she sees that Audra's on her ass about it, she wants to say, well, it was a joke. I don't think Toya was joking. I think she was more so telling her in a way like, girl, shut up. This ain't got nothing to do with you. But because she told her, I don't think you'd be a good attorney, it's turning into this now. But it wasn't no joke when she said it. She just did not expect for the reaction Audra gave her to be what it was.
Oh,
Jasmine, that's
she
what this
did.
nigga do.
What?
That's what
Did
the
you
scene
get on the
made
leading
you,
yarn?
Jasmine.
The scene made her
I mean,
yawn.
the commentary, I was just kind of asleep, but it's okay.
But what do you have to say about
has
it?
your opinion. Oh, it's your box. You say what's in your box, and whatever's in your box is in your box.
Yeah, but I want to hear your
No.
opinion.
Dude, she still got them damn braids in her head.
You know
or
it's the
what?
braids.
Good
It's the
Lord.
braids.
Back. No, I'm just saying. I'm just playing. No, I thought that it was a joke from the jump. She does not know that woman enough to be like, you're a bad attorney. In that moment, she was trying to convince her of something. And she said, you're not being a good attorney right now because, I mean, I'm still what I'm saying right now. But at the end of the day, I mean, if Audrey, is that how you say it? Audra. Sorry, I'm really not trying to mispronounce it. But Audra, if she was really mad about it, I feel like she should have said it right then. Don't hold on to nothing. She's still not my cup of tea right now, but hopefully it gets a little better.
Let's see. To what Sammy was talking about, Toya did say a lot of other things that she had did on Watch What Happens Live, which to me was completely disrespectful. Even if you didn't did it, child, just don't talk about it. But anyway, Contessa looked hot shitty mess. I really don't remember what a lot of the other women had on, but that wig, it just looked very costumey. All of it.
It was horrible.
Head to toe. Heavenly was full of shit when she said she believes everybody is successful and blah, blah, blah. She isn't, because that lady has ragged on Toya for not having a actual professional career since she's been on the damn show with her. And so, yeah, she don't believe that. And she continued to even say it on her damn YouTube channel the other night. So Heavenly was full of shit for that. I do like the restaurant they was at, though. I had to kind of save that because when I was to Vegas, I would like to maybe visit there.
Yeah, that's
I'm still liking Audra. I hope she doesn't drag that whole statement out that Toya made. Toya was out of line, but I hope Audra doesn't drag it out for to the end of the season. I hope they kind of build up some issues somewhere else, and it's not just dealing with because of Toya made that statement.
Right. I just don't want her to. I feel like since her and Heavenly are friends first, I mean, that's what I think we saw that she was with Heavenly, that, Heavenly's going to, talk about her issues with it like she was talking about again. So I don't want Audra to come in with a preconceived notion of anybody, because just like, it's plenty of people come in standoffish on somebody because of something, and then they end up being the best of friends at the end of the show.
Yeah.
You don't want to be that way. Not saying Toya's perfect, because that bitch ain't perfect, and I do think she can take a joke. I just feel like when she jokes back, that it don't be as funny to them. Because she probably cuts a little bit. Probably said some wild shit. But I want Audra to be. If I would like newbies to come in fresh without any other things on their back. So I think Heavenly has gotten her ear about at least.
Oh, she's gotten to that ear now.
But what Heavenly has said, to me, that seems like one of those situations where it was like they attached someone to Heavenly, because even Heavenly, I don't know if she said it on her YouTube channel this week or last week, but she may mention that she's kind of still getting to know Audra as well.
She calling her Audrey, so.
Audra.
Y'all know Heavenly can't talk.
First, huh?
Yeah, she done called Anita, whatever her name is. She mispronounces a lot.
Contessa, Heavenly can't talk.
But she does.
She's got from Florida, like Marlo. They got that speech thing going.
Got a heavy.
Excuse me.
A heavy.
What'd you say?
What Sammy said was Heavenly from Florida too, and her and she same place Marlo, and they kind of got that speech thing.
Florida as well.
Well, they got heavy tongues.
And you are a perfect representative then, because.
Wait a minute, Sam. Wait. Nothing.
This is my box. Remember, this is my box.
He's about to kick him out. I know.
Good night. Where'd he go?
Sorry,
Sam.
That bullshit, bitch.
They do got heavy tongue though. I'm going to have to agree with
Real
you.
heavy.
That's all right. We maneuver them well.
Oh wow.
That's what's up.
Catch. All right, Jackie cracks the whip. You do here. And we go to the sex store. Does anybody want to talk about the sex store? Because I really didn't write anything, but Jackie went to the sex store.
Jackie a freak. I like sex stores. I like dildos.
But
I
does
like to
Contessa
see the
really know what
price.
she's filming with?
Yeah.
Well, Jackie's always had that freak-a-deek in her.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was real loud this episode, though.
You think?
Jackie doesn't talk about it as much, but out of everybody in the group, she probably the freakiest. Them
Who are
usually see the freakiest people, the ones that don't really put it out there on, Front Street, like
Contessa.
say Toya or even Contessa or something like that. It probably really is Jackie that's, Curtis probably, spitting in her mouth and just all kind of shit they be doing over there. I live
Nasty.
the life, Jackie.
You nasty.
I will. It's no shade to Beverly Hills. I'm just gonna be out of the country. I'll be back next week. So there's that.
I want to say that when they had like a sex party a couple seasons ago, and Jackie knew every toy.
Yeah, Jackie is always giving free
everything about it. So yeah.
She is the only one who knew about that. Whatever the tantra is that what he called it? The
tantra, what she be holding in her stuff.
Yeah, the edging for females. She the only one who knew about that.
Let's just talk about something else.
There's something else now. Not that no.
Sounds like your experience, but that's okay.
No.
We love it.
I'm sorry. No, sir.
We love to hear it. Audra and Anila seemed to click. They were kikiing in the store. Yeah, we'll do. Anila know that Deidre finna come take our spot next season if it's the Lord's will. Hallelujah. All right, so we move on to the next day. Mason wants to know where his absentee auntie Quad has been for the last few weeks, and Quad sets it straight that she's only been gone for a day, baby. Meanwhile, the ladies are checking in from last night's dinner, and Toya shows that she does learn because she takes a page out of Heavenly's book of shade as they discuss Audra, and Simone says that Toya should know all too well that jokes at others' expense aren't that funny. And I agree. Listen, I hope for Toya for this one. I ain't gonna ride for Audra because I ain't riding for Audra, but listen, if you are so sensitive to someone making a joke, I know that the jokes are kind of different or whatever, but if Audra said she didn't like it, apologize and move on. Just like you wanted the people to apologize to you, whether they felt like it was serious or not. Really. We check in with Eugene, who looks relaxed and free off from work and free from Toya. Didn't he look the most relaxed you've ever seen him in 9 seasons?
He looks happy.
He was happy.
He looks like
everybody. The narrative going around is that Toya don't want to be with Eugene. What about do Eugene want to be with Toya loud ass? Everybody asking them questions. Kieran is raising his kids, and it doesn't look as exhausting as Anila claims. And Scott is with his children, and Lauren is all grown up. And even though she thinks she's grown up, she's not quite grown yet. And Scott is here to let her know. Also, the daddy is taking Alora on a driving lesson. And she says that she's going to go to concerts and go buck wild up in that thing. What is it, Antonio? Like a what?
She's going to be a maniac in that thing.
At 2 o'clock in the morning, baby. And the daddy said, no, ma'am, Pam, you're not going to do that.
Alora going to have all kind of thugs in that motherfucking Range Rover with her.
Yep.
I can't wait to read about that.
She gives me like.
She gonna be clean with it though. She ain't getting caught like Brielle and Ariana. She gonna
smooth
with her stuff.
She reminds me of Regina Carter, kind of the smallness of her, kind of her like cheeky attitude. I don't really have.
But I like her better than I like Regina. I hate to say that.
I love Regina. I don't know
now.
Wrong for so long.
She been wrong.
Then?
Good. That is it.
Heavy says that Alora has daddy wrapped around her fingers, and I would assume that she does. You want to go to the next scene, or do y'all have anything to say about that?
I ain't got nothing to say.
I'm glad that they did show that scene with Kieran. He was letting them children make their own damn pizza and just all kind of shit, and they just were so happy. Maybe those kids, maybe they act like they with Anila because they don't like her. She get on their damn nerves.
It's probably because she act like she don't like them. So she
get on their damn nerves. So maybe that's why they do that with her. So
Well, maybe she just is too. Maybe the way she feels about them being on her, they feel that about her being on them. Because you know how free they was making their own food and kind of just having not being wild, but giving them freedoms and letting them kind of learn and grow. Like yeah, make them food, but shit, let them bake a cake every now and then. Let them put in stuff and cookies,
yeah,
things like that. Anila, I don't like to talk about people's parentings. I don't know what she does behind closed doors, but it does not seem that she's really interested in being like a full-time mom.
A mom. Yeah.
She and the kids seem to be a lot happier, as you guys have mentioned. They would much rather be making those pizzas than making blog content for her mom and not getting paid for it. Is that child labor? I don't know.
oh Lord.
Casey Kincaid said Jackie freaky and still couldn't keep Funky Curtis.
She been on Jackie since we got on here.
That is
Casey,
Jackie's
you came
fault.
here to talk about Jackie?
It's Jackie fault. No, I'm just playing. I ain't gonna blame Jackie. I'm not doing that. I'm just playing.
Megan says Laura does not want to be like her mother. So yeah, she'll be out there.
But she is. She's like her mom.
Casey say nobody like Anila, including the kids. Ooh.
Crazy.
Taylor agrees with you, Jasmine, that kids love hands-on activities.
Science little things. I like that.
And Cortez responded to Taylor and said, of course they click. They both don't care for Tacky Toya. Treacherous. Infamous.
That's crazy that you saw that, Tez.
Mm-hmm. And that was established well on, huh? So we get to Simone's day, and it's time for a drama-free, baconless brunch until Toya raises all hell about wanting bacon. Jackie jokes that Toya can't do shit without her bacon, right? So Contessa seems to be satisfied on the other end of the table with you, as she's been breaking her curfew breaking her diet the whole trip. Simone talks about writing her relationship book with her husband Cecil, and she admits that Heavenly was really a good friend for her at that time and there for her and would honestly tell her the truth about the situations that were going on. Contessa is confused because Heavenly doesn't disclose anything about her marriage, yet she wants to give marital advice. Jackie says to pick and choose your battles wisely, and Heavenly points out that's why Jackie could never tell someone to their face that she doesn't fuck with them, yet is able to be around them and move as if nothing is going on. Contessa adds that she learned that everyone does not need to be in your circle, and it is dangerous to have everyone in your life. Too many outside influences are not good for your personal relationship, is what she's getting at. Heavenly says that she doesn't have that flaw because she can't be influenced by no bitch, okay? Simone says that it hurts your feelings when you're someone that you know and you love makes up things about your husband and then co-signs it. And that's all Conan's been trying to tell you, Big Heavy. Heavily got up in her confessional and said, Simone, bitch, if you're going to come with it, bitch, please come with the story and get the facts straight, okay? Because I never lied on that woman. So Heavenly maintains that she never lied. She has only publicly discussed what Contessa has publicly disclosed on the show on her private platform. And then all hell breaks loose. They're in each other's face. And Heavenly really loses it. It's just a hot ass mess. Anila is worried about the onlooker. She's not worried so much about the ladies' feelings in their fight. She's worried about the people seeing her as a part of this fight. That's what she's concerned about, Miss Anila. That's what she's worried about. So we're going to stop it there for now. What did you guys think about the first part of brunch?
I thought the brunch started really good, but I liked the conversation around marriage and Simone actually saying that Heavenly, gave her some, really good advice and was a great friend to her, during that time. So that was, really good to see. The dialogue was good until Simone, kind of brought up, the situation between Heavenly and Contessa, and that's where it went crazy. Now, with that, I wish they would have shown more, because apparently Contessa did really try to get to Heavenly, based on what Heavenly said, and she almost broke Jackie's damn arm and collarbone or some shit trying to get to Heavenly. I'm serious. This is what Heavenly said. She said Contessa jumped off of something trying to get to her, and
You said a
Quad,
plant or something.
a plant, and Quad and Jackie was trying to like hold her back. Jackie arm and shit almost got broke from Big Kiss trying to get to her. Like, you can't hold the motherfucking Hulk. You gotta let the Hulk go, and that's who Contessa was at that time. It was really funny though to look them in the background and the person at the brunch like recording it with their cell phone.
Yeah.
That was funny as shit to me.
She had a big smile on her face.
Look at me.
She was loving it.
But yeah, they Contessa did really try to get at
Good
at Heavenly, and Anila, girl, don't nobody know who the fuck you are, so it don't matter if you were in the videos or seen or not. Nobody knows you at all.
I wonder why she.
And them
I wonder why
80,000
Faith
people
Evans
that
didn't want
follow
to be
your
seen.
page, them 80,000 people that follow her page are probably bots or people saying, "Oh, send me this for a good deal," or whatever the fuck they be saying in your DMs. I'm like, Anila, ain't nobody fucking with you like that. Get the fuck
I
on.
promise to God, nobody's fuck. Anila gets under my skin because, bitch, why are you even here? I don't want to be associated, bitch. I mean, you're here though, bitch. I really cannot stand Anila. Like, that's why the whole black scent thing bothers me. Because, honey, you ain't down. You want the rhythm, but no blues. I can't stand it. So anyway, I do think that I saw that in the comments of like it's being Simone's brunch, so she can fuck it up if she wants to. I think it was just kind of ill time. Like, I just felt like they was all flowing. I hate when they're having a good time and then it's like a record screeching or something. I still don't understand like how smart Heavenly claims she is with the degrees that she has, why this topic is so hard for her to grasp. She does not want to hold any, like the fact that she still is like the sorries don't mean shit. Don't apologize for something you really don't think you're sorry for. Yeah. So I don't understand why I'm gonna say Contessa, why Heavenly is trying so hard not to get this. So I couldn't even really communicate with somebody like that because it's really frustrating because you're not slow, you're not oblivious. And this thing is directly very clear of what the issue is. Whatever Contessa brought up to the world, they talked about it at the reunion, they talk about it in the confessionals. That is not Heavenly's job to be sitting there kind of discussing that in depth like that if that's your friend. So I just feel as though like it's like a never-ending thing with Heavenly. I'm getting kind of tired of it. I don't know why she feels like she's the star of the show, but this is kind of getting I don't know. So that's it.
Well, first and most importantly, I agree with Toya. It ain't no brunch if I ain't got my bacon. So please get me the bacon.
Well, did you like her tone when she said it? Because I didn't particularly like her tone, Sammy.
She bitched about it, and I feel like she could have been a little bit more sweeter to the lady. But
y'all ain't got no bacon?
I got it. I got it though. But going back to Simone bringing up how Heavenly was a good friend to her makes me even more stuck into my position as far as Contessa. Why are you upset? When Simone and Cecil were going through their stuff, Heavenly was a good friend to Simone until she wasn't. Isn't that why Heavenly and Simone fell out? So then you allow her to come into your relationship and be the same person to you when you see what has already transpired with her before. So now you sit at this table and you're making all these remarks about too many people in your life, too many influences, too many intent. That's null and void now because this Heavenly was this before. She had an exact same scenario and you allowed her to do that. What I think, listening to Heavenly's blog, I 100% agree with her. Contessa put all that shit out on TV last season because in her mind, she was done. She was out, so she didn't care. Now that her and Scott have decided to make amends and she's told Heavenly whatever she's told Heavenly, now Scott's upset about it because if you remember him telling her, don't you say nothing to old girl about what's going on. So then you get there, I think it's Scott, like now she's deflecting to try to take away from her and Scott to have an issue with Heavenly. As long as her and Scott are on teams against Heavenly, then she has Scott on her team. So at this point, she's moving however she wants to save face for her marriage. I can't feel sorry for Contessa. Like she did this to herself. Yeah. She did it to herself. And going back to also on Heavenly's the vlog, she said that they cut out a lot of stuff, but apparently Contessa was popping off on Carrie for bringing up last season that she heard them arguing in the room. Yeah. So there's a bunch of stuff that led up to that issue that they had at the table that Bravo, cut out. So if if you just like Heavenly said at the table, if I don't want you talking about my marriage, I'm not going to put it out there on TV for people to have opinions on it. The bitch may be wrong, but she got some common sense when it comes to that. But she did catch me off guard when she made the remark, my marriage is perfect. Yes, I say my marriage is perfect, and I'm going to continue to say it until it happens. So I was like, nobody did catch that? Like, what do you mean you keep saying your marriage is perfect until it happens? Clearly something, I'm not saying it's something extreme, but I mean, clearly her marriage is not perfect. So
well, maybe she
y'all really want to teach her a lesson.
Is perfect until something happens to make it not perfect. Maybe that's what she
maybe she meant that then. But either way, they've allowed Heavenly to move the way she's been moving all these years. She has not been talking about her marriage, and y'all have still been divulging information about y'all's. You get what you get.
Oh, please, Sammy.
No, I think
this is not new. This has been Heavenly's character since
listen.
It's been Heavenly. That's been Heavenly since day one.
No, Sammy.
Does you can't just you've been slapping me.
Yeah, but that's on them. That's on them. They have to make sure
they're doing now. I think
we're not playing with you no more.
Listen,
so,
if you don't think they're trying to do that.
If you let somebody slap you over and over again, they be like, oh, you know, she just be slapping. And then somebody get up and slap the fuck out of her back. You cannot get mad that somebody got mad about it. I mean,
that's what needs to happen. That's what needs to happen. They need to show her what it feels like, or they just have to make a decision to really cut her out the circle. Until then, y'all can't be mad at that woman for moving how you have allowed her to move for 8 years now. I mean,
you want them to cut out completely or give her a chance. I mean, I feel like them right now is giving.
You don't think they've given her chances already?
I don't feel like. I feel like on Heavenly's side of it, I feel like they haven't said that. You just said they haven't said that. They've been allowing her to move. So I feel like now they're making a stand about it. I don't think they should just cut her out of the group because they haven't said nothing about it. That's just like, okay, we've been tired of this, but you ain't never told her. Now, Simone,
so I think Simone told her. Toya has told her. Mariah has told her. When
they tell her in these instances, they're the only one. They never want to team up and do it together. They want to do it individually because they're her individual. Now, Contessa, I agree with you. I don't have no sympathy for Contessa because when it was Mariah, when it was Lisa Nicole, when it was everybody else, she was sitting there laughing and having her little kikis and her little comments. I don't have no sympathy for Contessa, but what I can say is that she has every right to be standing up for herself. And what Heavenly's saying is bullshit. Oh, you put that stuff out there. Okay, let me put it out there. This is my husband, not ours.
And you know what else, Jasmine? I think another reason, I don't think Heavenly does not understand what's going on. I think she just thinks in her mind Contessa is full of shit because she also made remarks saying that every time something would happen, Contessa comes back telling her, I don't want to fight with you. I love you off camera through text messages. So Heavenly is like, in my head, is this a storyline thing? Like, what does she want? But she said on her YouTube, she was like, if this is a storyline, Contessa, let's just keep it going because at this point, I don't know what you want. I think Heavenly thinks Contessa is just full of shit. I think had Contessa really went to Heavenly and was like, this bothered me, it probably would have been a different turnout. But the way that she's moving in front of everybody else and then sending this girl text messages and chats behind the screen, like, I Heavenly think she's full of shit. I think Contessa's full of shit.
I believe that she probably does feel like they're full of shit. But I'm not saying, again, I want to address this. I'm not saying that nobody said nothing, but they have not come together like they have now and made a statement about it. You can't be kikiing when it's Toya and it's Mariah, but then when it's you want everybody to gather around. I understand what she's doing, but it's not a sympathy. It's not any sympathy or empathy with it because you can't laugh at somebody else's misfortune. And when it comes around to you, you want everybody on your side. But I agree that they should have been sticking together, but maybe
should have been.
Maybe a little
Antonio. Oh my God, Antonio, you have anything you want to
add? Nah.
I'm sick of it.
Nah, we good.
Really?
Is it me? Am I going to everybody? Okay, I'm sorry.
No, it ain't.
No.
I mean, because we've been. It's just I feel like I don't care who I kikied with you about. I don't give a fuck. Who we talked about together, who we laughed at together.
Right.
You don't then take my business as your friend and put that. I really don't give a fuck who we talked about. You don't then take my business and put it out there. That to me, I can understand what some of the other panelists are saying. I just don't agree with it. It to me, it's like it doesn't make any sense. Like
I
to
just
say, oh,
Simone was Heavenly
man,
friend.
Contessa
So
can't be mad. Yes, she can be
Simone was heavily friends.
Simone was
Why are
heavily
they
friend.
not friends anymore?
Nope.
Because of what she did. So what I'm saying is you saw her be Simone's friend, and she did Simone like that. You probably should be smarter to say, well, I don't want to talk to this bitch about my marriage issues.
Contessa thinks she's above.
But that still does not
But
mean.
did she really go in on? I don't think did. She really go in on Simone's marriage, or was it just a situation where Cecil? I remember Cecil made the comment about
On
not
Twitter,
pressure wash that motherfucker, and Heavenly kind of went, but I don't think she just necessarily went at their marriage. To say somebody is being, whether we think it was true or not, but to say somebody, your friend, the closest person to you on the show, is being physically and mentally and emotionally abused.
That's ridiculous.
Especially when people know that y'all are good friends and she confides in you. What you have essentially done is co-sign it, right?
Right.
So if
told her
Contessa
bitch.
is afraid, Contessa was hitting around things and alluding things, but did not outright say them. But when as we sit here and regurgitate the things that she says this season on her YouTube channel on this particular platform, she did the same thing last season. She used her YouTube platform to almost essentially confirm, whether she confirmed it or not. She gave her opinion. If someone is so close to that situation, normally what they would do if they have information they are privy to is skip over the question. She could have easily glossed over that question. She didn't. If somebody asks me about your business, Sammy, and I know the truth, and you my dog, I'm gonna say, oh girl, I don't know, ask Sammy. Boom.
Go ahead.
I'm not gonna say, well, I ain't gonna say Sammy out there doing, but he out there doing. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna do that. I'm just saying. So whether you end a friendship, whether you enter a friendship pact with me or not, yes, Contessa does hold up a part of the liability because she knows what being Heavenly's friend is coming with, which is why none of us feel bad for her. Yeah. None of us feel bad for Contessa, right? However, I give you the right to be a shitty friend.
Right.
Right.
I agree with all of that, but this is my question. How many times had Heavenly already made remarks about Contessa's marriage on that YouTube channel before it was a problem for Contessa?
Had she made remarks about her marriage?
Put aside what she did to Simone and everybody else. How many times has she made remarks about Contessa's marriage before Contessa said, okay,
I don't know, because she did it in the off season, so I don't know how.
Yeah, I really don't know.
I don't know when she got mad.
She did a few.
I really don't know either.
She did a lot
like 2 or 3 times. But I feel like, this was when Contessa was on the outs with Scott, so I don't think she cared. But now that Scott is back and they're trying to get it back together, okay, bitch, now you can't do it no more.
Baby,
Listen, hold on, you guys. Wait a minute. One moment. Okay, so Brooke says we saw him be emotionally abusive on television. Okay. If you are my friend, right, and I tell you, don't take your ass up there talking about my business, is even if I don't, right, is the friendship losing over these little YouTube comments and likes? Like, is it worth it? Like, you have to also take an account for yourself and decide, is my friendship with this lady worth losing over this fleeting moment?
No, right.
Go ahead, you guys. I'm sorry. That kind of bothers me because it's like, damn, everybody got choices. You know what I mean?
But Heavenly is using that also as her excuse. She was like, well, Contessa was on my channel with me and we laughed about Mariah. We dogged Mariah out and we talked about, Toya and blah, blah, blah. But I'm like, okay, so either you playing dumb or you are dumb.
You right.
I just don't know.
She ain't dumb. She know what she's doing.
Exactly. That's why
ain't dumb.
That's why I can't, like, it's one thing to say, okay, we've seen her do it. It's another thing to be okay with her doing it. Okay, but I'm not okay with it now. So what else is going on? Just like y'all say, okay, Toya, you hurt her feelings. She ain't like that. Apologize. Why can't Heavenly do the same thing? Like, just apologize and change your behavior. That's it. Like, if we have this show and we say something out of pocket about each other, please not email, not Jamie, but please text me. My bad. Please text me.
Because I have a few text messages I need to make tonight. So
right. Email it to him. But just text me. Don't be coming on here saying, oh, honey, last night we had a time last night. Jamie had, honey, everybody was tripping. We don't need to do all that. Have some truth about yourself. Discernment. Know it.
Quad has more reason to be mad. They all have a reason to be mad. They all have varying reasons to varying degrees why they should be mad with that lady. And you know what it is? At this point, what I've concluded is, since she always want to talk about who got a storyline and who don't, what would Dr. Heavenly's storyline be if she didn't befriend these women and talk shit about them? What would she bring to the show at that point?
Because she don't talk about daddy. I don't know. She talks about everybody else's daddy but her own daddy, I guess.
So if we're talking about who's using who for a storyline, how many years and seasons has she picked a different cast member and their business to use as a scene to deflect and a storyline to deflect from what she got going on in her own marriage, that she's allegedly faking it till she makes it, and she's going to keep calling it perfect till it is. I mean, really, we call a spade, girlfriend. You're not slick, bitch.
In Heavenly Mind on that show, she's that girl. She that bitch on that show right now.
Yes.
In her mind, she really is. You know, she really be like, I was watching, you know, her show last week or whatever. And she was like, somebody made the comment like, you are the show. And she was like, you know, kind of read the comment out loud. I'm like, Heavenly,
you are the show, girl.
She picked that, like, I'm looking at these comments. You are the show. Okay, boo, thank you. And you gonna keep on going with the show? Yeah, girl, you just had to get that out there, love. Okay, love. Okay, love.
She is so, it's just, she's so calculated in the things she does. I could never be friends with her because at the end of the day, you know exactly what you're doing. You know how things, just like the whole, I don't know what's going on with Real Housewives of Atlanta, but I just want to say, Candy, she done helped me. She done did everything for me. I don't know what's going on with Atlanta, but I'm just saying what I know about her. I know.
What did she help her with, by the way? What did Candy do for her?
Candy came to Alora's, like, it was like a magazine part.
Oh, yeah.
She said her and Candy talked about something dealing with like investments is what she said. I don't, you know. I just because with them people be lying to me, they ain't watching. You watch. Stop playing.
She watching.
She know damn well what's going on because she Heavenly. I told y'all when I sent it, Heavenly full of shit. She know what she be doing.
Yeah.
Okay. I ain't gonna talk about okay. I ain't gonna talk about okay.
That's exactly what she be saying.
Okay.
Okay.
The Supreme.
All right. So that was that part. Let me see what we left off, child. Let me go ahead and try to find it. Both ladies rise up, making a look. All right. Contessa continues to scream, "You are an unfaithful friend. You are an unfaithful friend." All this while Toya is enjoying her bacon. Contessa says Heavenly won't say it to her face, and Heavenly doesn't. She gets up and exits to the left with Deidre and Anila. Jackie needs a prayer.
He called Deidre?
It's not Deidre.
It's Audra.
Audra, okay.
I'm not trying to say it bad because, you know, she's African.
Wendy, Osefo, Anila, and Heavenly leave, and Jackie leaves a prayer with the rest of the group. Toya says once they get to the blow up, they get to the truth, and everything works itself out. And I'm sure that me, Sammy, and the rest of the people in the comments will agree to get that bitch some bacon before every scene. Ain't that right?
Every scene.
Because that bitch makes bacon. I said, what bacon will do, honey? Get her bacon for every scene. The ladies get on the limo for Simone's activity, and Simone wants everyone to be present for it, even Heavenly. Anila, I wrote Deidre again. Anila, Audra, and Heavenly finally join the ladies, and they're off to Simone's activity, which is zip lining. The Baconator, Toya, is scared of heights and is terrified, honey. Toya overcame her fear and completed the activity, but wanted to get the hell off of that thing immediately. The episode ends on a good note, and I am left wondering, did I watch an episode of Married to Medicine Atlanta or Married to Medicine Los Angeles?
Wow.
Catch that dirt. All right, what did you guys think about the end of that scene and the end of the episode?
It was good to see them have fun and do the zip line. I'm trying to think of something. It was good to see them.
They wanted to get canceled.
Now I will say this: I love that Simone country ass had rented that damn pink limousine. That was kind of funny because it was like, to me, the epitome of Simone. She was like, I know she sought out that damn pink Hummer limousine. So I mean, it was good to see them.
Remind me of the money shoes she had on that time. Y'all remember she had that money
shoes? Remember, you know what gets me about that scene? Nobody paid attention to it. Listen, so you know how you be like, that girl thinks she better than you. She was like, that girl thinks she better than you. Like she couldn't even get the snap right. It was like, girl, who is your gay in your corner? Actually, I know who the gay in that corner is, so I won't say nothing.
No, gosh, I love him. Not Mariah. I do love.
And I
Mariah.
love him too.
I love Mariah too, but no, I love Simone. Like, she's just one of the people. I'm so glad that she. Not saying I just haven't meshed with Jackie, so I'm not gonna go too much into it. But I have meshed with Simone as far as just like being from Tennessee, kind of being that professional country girl, because it can go any way, anytime. It can go any way.
That's true, Simone.
But with her, she's a prominent doctor. She's respected, and she still knows how to have fun. I love ziplining. Yeah. I think it's a good activity just to get their ass out of space that they don't have to be looking at each other. So I appreciate Simone for doing that. So I was happy about that.
Hold on, you guys. KCKK says, Heavenly has made a business of having a fucked up smile, but being successful at fixing others' smiles. Is that what you're saying, Casey? That explains everything you need to know about Heavenly and her personality. Make sure you guys follow, like, subscribe. And you guys, did you guys have anything to add? Sammy, we haven't heard from you.
Yeah. The end was cute. I give it to Toya. I like that she was able to get across the zip line because I'm with her on that. With the heights, I wouldn't have been able to do it. Had I got up there, I probably would have just been lifeless by the time I made it to the other end. I would have passed the hell out in the air. So, I mean, and she was pretty in her confessional in her pink. She was really pretty. Toya.
Oh, Toya's a gorgeous girl.
She's a gorgeous girl, but she popped in that little confessional.
You like the pink?
It's the prettiest eyes. I hate that she kind of has that green-eyed bandit type of thing going on. But I just think that she's probably been a pretty girl all her life, and probably just got away with being being sassy and shit. Probably running niggas down. Who cares,
Simone about to have a skincare line. It's gonna be in Heavenly shop. It was crazy that Heavenly was calling the lady a flip flop bitch. And
while promoting the business.
Simone. But then said, but I guess I'm gonna have her skincare line in my ghetto ass shop. I was
I mean, beauty supply store is supposed to look a little bit, not cheap, but you know what I'm saying. The hair match, the Contessa's hair match. I think didn't she get that? It looked like a Heavenly wig.
I hope she got that from Heavenly.
I mean, it's just
hey Mel, Contessa, not Contessa, but Dr. Heavenly still like is made from the same wood as that bedroom suit.
Damn.
Ooh, she said she like a turkey jerky. Never heard that.
Wait, I wish I get rid of turkey jerky looking at his jacket. Y'all come here on Tuesday just to throw shade. Is that what it's about?
Jackie's pretty.
Lord.
Chase, did you know that Carrie was on her live and Contessa had like cussed Carrie out so motherfucking bad and dogged her out, but it got cut. Carrie was just like, "Child, they can cut me from everything. I just like kind of being there."
That's all she really wants.
She just wants some free drinks and fucking food and a good place to stay where she can take.
She don't really have to commit as a friend. She don't want to be back full time.
She don't want to be full time no more. She said.
Yeah, she said, but she likes doing it as a friend. Yeah.
But you know what? I think that they should leave her comments in because when they left him in last season, she was funny as hell.
Yeah, and that's what she actually said. That she was like, I don't know why they don't leave my side comments. She said, I think they're really funny. She said, but they cut them all out. So
it's not
get my Heavenly last year.
Yeah, she did say.
They say Heavenly said she threw a drink on, and they didn't show that too. She threw.
Yeah, Heavenly did say she threw a drink on Carrie, and that wasn't shown.
Who was that this season or last season?
I think it was last season.
Because Heavenly was on Jackie. I mean, Heavenly. Carrie was on Heavenly's ass last season, so I could believe that.
Well,
and last season needed everything that they could get. So why they're picking and choosing this stuff to not air?
I don't know, but she wasn't throwing no drink on Contessa. She was backing up from Contessa. I don't know if y'all proud of her. When Contessa would walk towards her, Heavenly would back up. She was not trying to have an issue with Contessa.
I kind of don't blame Heavenly though. I mean,
I don't blame her either.
The phone lines are open, you guys. I'm sorry. The phone lines are open.
I don't blame her. Is what it's.
I'd back up from Contessa.
Yeah, the Contessa could knock if you buck. I ain't scared of the Contessa, but when I look at her though, and I look at Scott, I just don't know why she don't push that nigga down. Like I feel like she can hold just boop. I just feel like that she's strong enough to push him down once he gets a little bit out of his skin a little bit. I think
she probably could whip his Franklin.
Now the lean is not like promoting domestic violence.
Ooh.
I'm just saying.
Wow. You do like Franklin. Jackie provides a source of stability in class on the show. Keep her next.
Don't do Taylor.
Yeah, Taylor, you giving Taylor a whole lot tonight.
Not too
He
much.
be 50-50 with me. He be 50-50 with me. Let Jackie go. She is the most evil person on the show, says our very own Danny. The phone lines are open. We're going to go ahead and let them on in. Let them on in. Let them on in. Let them on in. Say hey to our little friend. It's Brooke. Yeah, it's Brooke. Hey, Brooke.
Hey, Brooke.
Hey, Brooke.
Hey, y'all know I had to come in and defend my girl Heavenly because y'all were just trashing her.
Oh, let me go ahead and get this down.
Sorry, not sorry. Sammy's the only one who's right because he
That's
called
right,
it
baby.
exactly. Yeah, he called it exactly like it is. Contessa is full of it, and that's why her arguments aren't going anywhere with Heavenly. I think because, like to your point, Chase, you said if you're my friend and I tell you don't do this, etc. Is it worth the friendship to keep doing it? You said that, right? But the problem is Contessa never came to Heavenly and said that. She waited till they came. She stopped talking to her, waited till they came back filming, and then put a little cord in her back and riled herself up. Like that's what happened. And I think it's exactly as Sammy said, is that because these things were airing when the show was airing. So it's not brand new information. This was airing when the show was airing last season. She was doing these lives after the episodes aired. I think Sammy's exactly right in that when they were airing, her and Scott were going through it. She was probably done. She, may have had a boyfriend on the side. Who knows what she was doing up there in Nashville while she was studying.
Just make
or girlfriend.
I saw her had a woman allegedly down to the Kanye West. And that woman was strong.
She had something going on. And then her and Scott back together. He probably said something, but you let your homegirl dog me out on the internet. And then now she's all like rah, rah, rah about it. Her storyline was fake. I actually really think her storyline with Scott was fake last year. I don't think they were fighting for their marriage at all. I think they were done with each other and just going back and forth on TV. But I don't know. I'm just
every episode last season.
You said you did.
Like this shit is fake.
Yeah, so I just don't. That's how I feel about it. I 100% understand why Simone was mad last season because Heavenly said something on the internet that we had never heard before about her being mad about Cecil not having a job. That was some brand new information that was never on. I don't remember ever being on TV. Simone saying on TV. Quad, all the stuff with Quad, it kind of started with Heavenly on her little YouTube channel, so I understand why Quad's mad. She was asked a question about her being emotionally abused. We all saw the person asked that question. Why? Because we saw it on TV. The person didn't just grab that question out of nowhere. We saw it on TV. And I just cannot wrap y'all head around. I can't wrap my head around y'all thinking that this is some new information or she was supposed to be like, no, this man you see emotionally abusing this woman on TV ain't emotionally abusive. I think he's great for her. Good job. Like, that's just not
Brooke,
I just don't understand what y'all expected her to say.
Brooke,
because that's not her TV.
I expect you Brooke, I expect you as a friend. Let my storyline be my storyline. I don't need you doing that. So just as it's easier for you to say and answer the question, it could just be just as easy for you not to answer it. To be a loyal friend.
Also, what an answer. If somebody asks you, do you think you could do, like they ask you this question and you skip over, you know what they're gonna say? That's a yes. Like it's just,
well, that's left up to their own devices, though.
Let them assume.
I don't know what you want her. I don't know what y'all want Heavenly to do. I fully.
Shut up.
I mean, stop on do that. I honestly think they mad because I think Simone and Toya mad because they little not YouTube lives, IG lives didn't pop off like Heavenly YouTube did. That's why I think they really mad at her. That's all I'm saying.
I believe they're mad because she keeps talking about them on her YouTube.
But have you heard? Has Toya said
enough?
Being a big ass, or the definition of a big bitch? Have we heard that? We heard you talk about that. Was there any back and forth about that?
Not on her YouTube. She did it on the show.
On the show. And
is that
Simone actually not like Cecil not working either. So it was common knowledge, I think, on that little part.
But then she ain't got no reason to be mad either. That actually just proves my point. Then you know what? Simone ain't got a reason to be mad either. Thank you.
I don't that I gotta say, hey, I'm telling you this business, but don't go on your YouTube and talk about it. Hey, I'm telling you this.
You don't have friends like that? Because I 100% have friends that I know if I tell them something, unless I specifically say, let's keep, like, don't say nothing, blah, blah, blah. They're not going to tell YouTube because they ain't got YouTube. But you know what? They going to tell this friend or that friend or they going to tell people. And I know the best way to keep your business to yourself is to not tell nobody your business. As soon as you
make your friends, bro, give your acquaintances.
No, baby.
I don't. No, those my friends. I'm just saying.
Baby, believe me. Every friend that tell my business have been cut off to the curb, honey. My circle's about this small, and that's exactly how I like it because I don't need.
Thing. I know better than to tell business I don't want told. The best way to get your business told is to tell anybody. Like, keep your shit to yourself. Be like Heavenly. And if you don't want people talking about your marriage, keep your marriage to yourself.
That's like, gotta be hard because who do you trust to confide in?
Right, besides God.
Everybody gotta have somebody. You know what I mean?
I have a therapist who I pay not to say anything.
That is true.
All right.
I talk to my therapist too.
And guess what? And that's who I tell things I don't want to get. Like, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Well, let me ask you a question. What's your longest friendship? Like the length, like the number of years. What's like your longest friendship that you got? Like 20 years?
My best friend, we met in 7th grade. And it's 7th grade was a long time ago for me.
Wait a minute. I don't know how old you're. Okay.
She be telling your business?
I'm not telling your business. I'm just asking. Is she telling your business? Do you feel like I have friends?
This is what I'm telling you. This is what I'm telling you for real. I don't tell anybody anything. I'm not telling you shit if I don't want anyone else to know. That's just how I operate. Because you can't, I just don't, I feel like that's with anything. Because even if they're not telling your business on YouTube, they might be pillow talking with they dude. You know, and it's like I said, it's the same thing like Sammy said. Like, I've had friends tell me stuff about they do. I ain't gonna tell the universe, but I don't like that person anymore. And then when they get back together, I still don't like that person. We still have issues. Don't tell me. Like, just keep your business to yourself. That's all it is. Keep your business to yourself if you don't want people to talk about it. That is the simplest way to do it. And for sure, don't go on TV and talk about your business.
So I just want to be clear.
That's how I feel about it.
They wrong and Heavenly right.
No. Quite frankly, I think everybody in this situation is wrong and dumb, and they too old to be on TV arguing in the restaurant like that. I just don't think y'all putting it all on my girl Heavenly, and I don't like it.
Well, because she's been seasons without getting any type of slack, so she's just.
But Contessa has taken no responsibility for what she has done. The way that she ambushed Heavenly, the way she didn't come to Heavenly when she had the issue. Why she didn't come? Well, no, that too. When she had the issue, why not go to Heavenly? Why wait 5 months to when they start filming again to ambush her with that? How you expect her to?
Because I'm mad at you.
But you know what? And that's another thing.
I don't believe she was mad.
Yeah, if we're close like that, and how Contessa's saying she's upset because Heavenly was supposed to be her girl, I get that you're upset with Heavenly, but was she not your girl enough for you to go and have a private conversation with her? You had to wait till the cameras came on and you had to rally up the other crew. Like, I just no.
Yeah, she did because she.
Well, also, I mean, I'm just saying, if I haven't talked to my friend in a couple of months, I'm gonna reach out and be like, "Hey, what's up? You good? I ain't spoke to you."
Well, she was at the party. She was at Laura's birthday party.
Hold up.
They seen each other.
Hold up, swole up. Heavenly.
Okay, hold up, swole up.
Heavenly ain't said shit about whether she reached out to Contessa during that 5 months. She always said, yeah, but she didn't reach out to me and she ain't said nothing in 5 months. Well, did you reach out to her and be like, so that leads
no,
me
I think she said on her YouTube that
Heavenly knew why Contessa may have been mad if Heavenly didn't reach out to her.
But that's the thing. They were talking. She was at Laura's birthday party, but because she came because she didn't want to put the kids into it. So there was conversation. It was just not consistent as it was before. But Contessa never showed that she had a serious issue. I'm not coming to your damn birthday party. I'm not texting you at all. I'm not calling you or talking to you about shit.
I do agree with that. I'm not coming to your shit. I'm good.
Yeah. I'm not dealing with you if I'm not dealing with you.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
So wait a minute now, because let me ask, when the children is involved and they're looking for their auntie Tessa, do Auntie Tessa supposed to go and, save face and go and get the hell on out of Dodge, or did she just not go?
But Toya didn't.
Tessa could have dropped her daughter off.
Yeah, well,
if you really don't mess with nobody, you do like Simone and you don't invite them, because Simone and Jackie been friends for how many years? And Simone did not invite Jackie to her son's graduation party. Did she deliver the son? I don't know.
Jackie caught the damn baby. Yeah.
And that's what you really do if you really mad. If you really mad. Because that's not really mad. It's fake. It's all fake. It's all.
Can we acknowledge how she does go with confrontation because maybe the way that she has like approached the Scott situation didn't seem normal to me either. I couldn't tell if she was really mad at him in certain scenes, or was she just kind of going along with the flow. I feel like that might just be Contessa, because a lot of scenes with Scott, even the confessionals, they had some tense moments, but not enough for how much she said she was expressing.
I feel like everything that Contessa has ever done on this show since her inception on the show has been fake, and I have been more this season. I've been really nice to Contessa, because last season, every time she opened her mouth, I was on her ass. But I really do think from the nanny, she lied about the nanny. That lady did not know. Donnell Jones' mama did not know she was coming to film to be the nanny. She thought she was coming to be Donnell Jones' mama. They tricked that lady to get on the show. I'm just telling the truth. She going to night school, but she going to day school, but then she can't figure out how they're gonna watch the children, and they end up getting a nanny and calling it a day when they could have did that at the beginning of the season. They drugged that. Now all of a sudden they was in love, and now all of a sudden he allegedly beating on her emotionally and physically, and child. I just have never believed anything that they have said. The only thing about this that I can say that I do believe is because I've seen Heavenly's pattern with everyone else. So that is something that is established that I cannot deny that she does have a habit of doing, is trash talking to her co-stars on and off camera, provoked, and 90% of the time unprovoked.
90.
Was she gonna lose her YouTube channel if she didn't answer the question, Brooke?
Yeah, right. She can move past, and even if you think,
No,
that's
people be sending her super chats and stuff. Heavily do anything for a coin.
And I will say that
we will
when
too,
that
and
money
we
in, she
open
get
the
for that
chat.
screen and get to really talking. When the money start coming, she get to put
Oh
it
yeah,
all out.
when they be sending her them super chats, she really do get really chatty.
So she be like $20.
yeah.
Boom! I'm like, what y'all want to know about Quad?
Right.
She's a fucking married man.
Like a fool for $2.50. That's okay.
She said no.
Well, maybe Toya should start acting the fool for $20, and she wouldn't be.
And what Toya got to do with it? Now,
Toya act a fool for
doing
free.
it for free. Thank you.
Toya is a
Thank
fool.
you.
Toya make more money than
What you say,
Eugene.
Sammy? Hold on. What you say about Toya, Sammy? That Toya
She
is
acts a fool for free.
Oh, really? Because it looks like she gets things for free, so she don't have to work, and she's fine.
I forgot she did
was
say she
making
made more than
damn near 7
Eugene.
figures.
Well, she makes more than Eugene, but she's working doing this.
Heavenly said she better hope she can say that in 3 to 5 years when the show canceled. Heavenly said she better hope she can still say that.
She can hope she can say in 3 to 5 years, because I'm coming to Atlanta and I like Daddy. So let's just see.
Wait, what's going on? Whoa. No, baby. I got to mute you. No, because I don't want you to get in trouble.
I like to just be around it.
So what you gonna do?
Because I don't want her to get in trouble. Jasmine, I don't want you to get in trouble, friend. Don't say that. Okay, I'm gonna let you back. Don't say that though. Don't say that. You'll get us canceled. All right, Brooke, anything else you wanted to add before we let you go, love?
That is it. Thank you for always indulging me.
Thank you, Brooke.
Always watching.
You come in so bright, Brooke. I appreciate it. We'll see you next week.
Give me a break.
I still,
you gonna be talking about you like Heavenly when you drop down.
I love you too, Jasmine. Even though you be hard on my girl. Jasmine used to share a lot of the same opinions, but not anymore.
I guess Heavenly's gonna split us.
She didn't change. It's that hair.
Do that? Are we gonna let
the hair? Ever since Jasmine got the braids, I don't know. She been feisty.
Yes.
Now I can't even
every day.
So now I'm just gonna put my hair back in a bun and slick it on back. Okay. So maybe
we love it anyway. Thank you, guys.
And the girl do that means she ready to.
No, I love my hair in a bun. I don't know.
All right, thank you, Brooke Dubois. We always love having you up.
Thank you, Brooke. Bye-bye.
Kai, is it Kai C?
Brooke got this thing on ride on up. We done had physical threats. We've had arguments tonight. I don't know what you want from us. What more do you want? We are the shadiest show on Tuesday night. Closing thoughts before we go ahead and lean out.
So, so we on episode 5, right? Is it 5 or 6? 6.
Are we sure?
Okay, so they gonna have to, cause they gonna have to step it on up. Like, I'm getting sleepy. They gonna have to. It's 6 episodes in now. They shouldn't be having this many filler episodes. We need to get it popping.
Even with the argument, you thought it was a filler?
Well, no, not that. But even that argument to me, from what they showed, it wasn't that good. You know what I'm saying? Right. It was like, okay, to me, Contessa is not good at arguing. So it's they're gonna have to step it up. They need to like step it up. I don't know. Maybe Quad needs to argue with somebody because on this episode she was giving real.
Speaking of Quad, I gotta say it.
Friend, like she was giving Carrie this episode. I forgot.
I gotta say it. She's
I'm
gonna have to do a little bit more for me. I'm sorry, she's gonna have to do a little bit more for me to justify this full-time spot. It can't just, her be down to the kitchen island with Mary and the children. I'm gonna need something else, Quad. I'm sorry.
But
I like Quad this season.
I want to argue.
She's not doing it for me.
Who she's going to argue with besides Heavenly? I mean, I feel like she's in a
She
good
better
space.
figure it out.
Period.
It look like she want a piece of Toya. I don't know. It look like she want a piece of Toya.
Yeah. Well,
in my opinion. But I got to step it up.
Pick it up. Shit.
Stand up.
Yeah.
Sammy?
And they need to wrap this Contessa and Heavenly. I hope this is not going to be the entire season either.
Like, I can't.
Wrap it. I'm sick of it.
Because they're acting like we're going to get a 10-episode season, which I'm totally fine with, by the way.
I think it's been like a good little pace. I can see that it probably needs to rev up a little bit. I did like this episode. At least the conversations were interesting. As far as Quad, I haven't liked her in the last seasons. I liked her a lot in the first 2 seasons. With the Senator Mariah stuff. But outside of that, I'm glad that she's coming back. And I really like seeing this new Quad, like not new, but more evolved Quad with other things, other responsibilities. I know it's a reality show and y'all need a little bit more spice from her, but I kind of like that she's kind of taking her time. I would hope that by the end of this, that we, have more of Quad. But I am doing, I'm doing good with her. I'm doing good with the season.
Yeah, I'm fine with Quad in the space she's in because she's usually super dramatic, so I like it. I like her having some peace for now. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, well, there it is. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure that you like this video, subscribe to the channel, watch us on Mondays for Housewives of Atlanta, Tuesday for Married to Medicine, Wednesday, for Beverly Hills, and we've also added to the roster The Sweet Life Los Angeles Season 2 episodes 1 through 6 are up. Please go and watch those videos, comment, like, and subscribe those videos. Follow us on all social media platforms. And the fun does not have to stop here. You can actually tweet us at the Lean Blog 1 on Twitter and follow us on Instagram. We got everything that you need. And so we just want to thank you for tuning in with us. And I guess at this time, we're going to go ahead and bid adieu and lean out. Mwah.